Yo, we all good here. Man, that's the thing about trying to set up in these things, man. It's always something. Let me know if you hear me. You know what I'm saying? Want to be sure. You got me a whole thing on, so just be sure, like, comment down below. Let me know if you actually can hear my voice, so that way there's no confusion or anything like that. Good, good, good. I wasn't 100% sure, but I'm glad that that is the case right now. Yeah, so we get this out the way. Um, Probably wait just a little bit until we actually get a couple people in here, you know, and see how this, we're gonna talk about some things, and we're going to discuss what is to come for Phenom, and and what's going to happen this month that I'm actually excited about, a little nervous about, but I can admit that I'm excited about it at the same time, just because from what it did, what's added as for what is the picks. You know what I mean? So that's actually I'm ready for that. So I'm actually happy about that. Yeah, probably give it maybe one, two more people to come in, and then we'll be off to the races to discuss everything about it. I don't look for this to be a very long live, but at the same time, I want to just talk about some things, to get out there, and what's to come for Phenom and Night Reaper himself, you know. And also too, if you are not following my Instagram, my fan base, as well as my TikTok, apparently, I got me a TikTok now, and obviously my YouTube channel, please go and follow those socials. They're down below on my channel, so you have exactly where to go. No issues. Hit your notification bells, because they got them on every platform at this point for socials, so that way when the new posts, new videos, pictures, whatever, any lives or anything like that is going on, everything could be ready and sent right to you, um specifically, so you won't miss a thing. So I'm actually happy about that. I feel like that's pretty cool, so you won't miss not a dang on thing, you know what I mean? But we're definitely going to just get into it and everything. I mean, and whoever joins. If not, it's all good. We're gonna get started anyway, and make sure that we, get put that information out there, so people can know, people can understand, and see that we are not playing games, and this is going to be something big. And I know a lot of people have the confidence to be like, you know what, I'm going to be a writer, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and I'm going to make sure that I'm doing everything that I want to do what I can, and make sure that uh I'm the next big comic book writer, and things or whatever. And honestly, and that's pretty cool. And honestly, I don't, and it's inspiring to understand and know that you got people who are unafraid to be themselves, do what they're passionate about, do things that they love or what they want to do, you know? So, and that's very important. So honestly, I'm not mad at that at all. So yeah, you got a passion, it's something that you love to do, something you would like to do, go for it. That is the best way possible so you will not be afraid of taking the chance, taking the step. And that's my thing. Take the step, you know, take the step and you will not betray yourself, you know, because you allowed yourself to do more, be more, and not be afraid of doing the things that you know you're passionate about and what you love most. This month is definitely going to be a heck of a month. I can automatically say that. Definitely. Mm. And so, while we actually doing this, let me actually. Oh, okay. I wasn't sure how that whole thing goes, but I'll do that. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Some things is actually separated, but anyway, I'm going to sit up here and I'm going to go ahead and speak and talk about everything that's going to be going on and why I am even doing this live today or whatever. But what I am announcing for April is, well, before we even get to that point, again, I know that this month is going to be something that is, I feel like it's a very special month, you know, good or bad. Either way, it's all good, you know what I mean? And, I have my anniversary coming up with, you know, me and my wife, 12 years exactly. Yes, I'm a married man. And for those who don't know, also too, this is also the month that it's been some years now, a few years now that the passing of my grandmother. Um, and and that's one of the things that I want to discuss is my grandmother, but also what is to come pertaining to who my grandmother. But reason why I mention anything about her is my grandmother was the security of my family, sadly. You know what I mean? She did a lot. One thing I can also say is my grandmother wasn't no angel, but one thing about her is she definitely made sure that she wanted us to be at our best. She wanted me, my uncles, my cousins, my mom, all of us to be on a level where we're all doing our best. You know what I mean? And the things that I've done in my life, on top of the things that I plan on doing now in the near future, is what's going to establish everything that I want to do that she would have been proud of for me to do in the first place. And that's why when I mentioned my grandmother, it's a big deal because again, she was the rock. You know what I mean? We all have them elders, that you have some family members were that were the pillars that set the standard for your family. So you do what you have to do to make sure that make them happy, because they believe in you and they believe in the possibilities of everything that they want you to do, what they need you to do, just to be sure that you're okay without them. You know what I mean? And for me, well, returning to my grandmother again, she was a tough woman. You know what I mean? And so, what I'm also mentioning now is I want to let it be known that to you guys, those who are watching, that I have officially and I will officially be launching myself a Kickstarter as of the end of the month of April. That would be the 24th. That is the anniversary of the passing of my grandmother. So I'm actually going to be dedicating my Kickstarter to her. And no, I don't want no sympathy or nothing like that. But one thing is for sure is I want to do it because it's for her. This will be my first comic book, you know what I mean, that I'm pushing out there that I want people to see, that I'm passionate about, that you know, I've written myself, I'm not dealing with you haven't, you know, no AI or nothing like that. Everything's come from me, my ideas, me only. And I believe that I wrote a pretty good story for you guys, for those who are comic book readers that want something new, that's looking for something great, a good action packed, gritty, dark, gory, if you will, comic book with some emotional roller coasters up and down, you know, that will allow you to be like, man, that's crazy. Or, I mean, just wow, you know what I mean? But other than that, it's something that I want you guys to enjoy and actually see and not be afraid of what's to come next. And for me to know that at the end of the day, the show never stops. And that is more important than anything else. It's always standing on two toes, all 10 toes down. You know what I mean? So, and that's very important. So definitely, I'll be launching a Kickstarter uh as on the 24th of April. But obviously, till then, it'll obviously I'm gonna sit up here. I'm gonna have some little pre-launches. Gonna talk about it. I'm gonna put out some posts and things of that nature or whatever. But I do want you guys to show a little bit of support and understand that everything that is supported for this project um is going towards this project, and you also have rewards as well that you'll gain by participating and supporting the project itself. you know so you're not going to just give. You're going to benefit from this as well, for helping support Phenom Comics, supporting Night Reaper and putting this story out in the world and showing that Night Reaper can compete with any other fictional characters that's out there, that that we all loved growing up into, from kids to now adults. you know Again, you're a Batman fan, Spawn, Blade, anything like that, Spider-Man, Captain America, whoever, all those people, I'm pretty sure you guys know about. And again, just to be 100% on the fact side, that Night Reaper is definitely one of them dudes that can go toe to toe with anybody, human and all. But the fact that, due to his training, he's lethal, and he's legit. And for those, again, if you have not started following my Instagram, my Facebook, my obviously my I have, again, my fan base, and I have a TikTok. I wasn't 100% sure if I wanted to do that, but I ended up doing it anyway, just because I wanted to expand the company and go as far as I possibly can with my company on these platforms. You got to take advantage of what you can. Let's just be honest. You have to. You have to take advantage of the platforms that offers that space for small businesses and companies, to thrive. You know what I mean? So I feel like that is the best way to it. So I figured, why not? Hell, let's give it a try. You know what I mean? But again, I'm going to be dedicating my Kickstarter to my grandmother, on the 24th, because again, that is the anniversary of her passing, of her way home, you know. And again, like I said before, where it comes down to my grandmother, again, I'm not looking for no sympathy or anything like that, but I feel like, for my way of making her proud. I want to be able to do this and go as far as I possibly can with everything that I'm building for the future of my family. And for those who enjoy and love comic comics, superheroes, who love to read, who love action-packed things, who love, entertainment of it all. You know what I mean? Just to feel like you're a part of it or something that you can relate to. And that is the most important thing, is to read something that will literally just have you in your thoughts, and then be in it, that'll hit your soul and be like, man, I enjoyed that. And it allows me to be like, look, I want to know. Again, if you somebody who knows good stories or anything like that, let's be honest. Again, if you're an anime fan. Now, one of the animes that blew up this year was an anime called Solo Leveling. If you are not aware of what that is, I'm not going to go into full detail of it, but one thing's for sure, that was one of the most anticipated animes to grace our presence. so that to grace us, you know what I mean, with action, good storytelling, the visuals and stuff like that, man. And it was a great story. And honestly, it was some legit, and everybody, what I'm saying, just anticipated on that. So it's like, yo, it's just, everybody got into it. Season 2, now everybody like, man, now everybody's sad because they're like, oh man, we gotta wait for season 3, we gotta wait for this, we gotta wait for that, man. But the point that I'm even making is the fact that you read stuff, you get into certain things, and once you get into it, you relate to it, you love it, you enjoy it, and once it's gone, you want more. And that's just the important thing about it, and that's the beauty of entertainment. And putting yourself out there and giving your ideas to people who will enjoy your vision, can appreciate what you've given. You know what I mean? And that is the most important thing about it, is just allowing yourself to be yourself to other people. You're being true to yourself and others, so they can know exactly who you are as a person, what you love, what you like to do. You know what I mean? And honestly, them saying people can 100%, for the majority, I would like to believe, would agree and be like, yo, I can relate to this guy. I like this individual. They got the same visual that I have. They think the same in a way. They enjoy the same things. It's stuff like that. That's honestly, this is legit. It's cool. Just because at the end of the day, hey, you're not afraid to be yourself, and you put yourself out there for the best way possible. But yeah, but those are my that's my April announcement as for me launching my Kickstarter for you guys. And again, for those who will support, and I pray you guys do support the Kickstarter once it does launch at the end of the month. Again, you will not go without any rewards, for helping build and supporting this brand and this comic book going forward for others to surface. And I believe that that is something you guys will enjoy. And honestly, and that's a dream of mine, to be able to produce more stories, not just Night Reaper, but for other characters that I have been developing over the years. And those are some characters, man, that I know you guys will enjoy if you love new things. And again, you love the superhero genre, you love the fantasy world, you love action, you love, just thrillers, things like that. I'm open to those things when it comes down to creating good stories, because I've always been a big movie watcher, as well as shows and everything, and you take a lot of inspiration from those things. And I decided I wanted to do that. And when I decided, I wanted to get back into it, oh yeah, it was a damn good thing that I did, because I'd be crazy as hell if I didn't use the platforms that I have and showed the inspiration, gave the inspiration, or been given the inspiration to go forward and do do those things. And which allowed me to create Night Reaper, because Night Reaper is a legit character. You'll love him, you'll love his family, the villains that come along with it. As for Silverback, Akima Sandeep, you know what I mean? Again, if you are into the dark, gritty, action-packed superhero, you know, like if you are an individual that like characters like Spawn, Blade, the Punisher, you know, and obviously Batman, obviously, and like Ghost Rider, those more of darker street level type of characters that show no mercy, that's just dog. You know what I mean? Night Reaper is definitely that character. A lot of people don't like the dark, gritty side of heroes and anti-heroes and things like that. But if I'm being fair with you guys, I like to believe when you're doing that, you're putting a more realistic touch on these characters. Even though the characters are fictional, you still have a realistic touch on these characters, because at the end of the day, the whole point of the origin of Night Reaper was he's a soldier who come home just to not be there to protect his mother when she was murdered. And that was just the first step of a man just snapping. You come from the neighborhoods that you come from, and you can't do anything about it. You want to believe in the system. You want to believe in law and order. You want to believe that everything else will be handled legally without issue, right? But when certain things do not turn out the way that you would love it, or you would like it to be, or that you feel protected by, and you don't feel protected at that point, in your mind psychologically, you'll snap. And in some way, you'll want to take matters into your own hands if you feel like nobody is going to take care of your stuff more than you would. There's reasons like that why I stopped letting my cousins borrow my video games when I was younger. Because at the end of the day, excuse me, because at the end of the day, they're not going to take care of your stuff the way you take care of your stuff. They're not going to, you know, protect your things or those that you love the way you'll protect those that you love and the things that you love. And that's the whole point of Michael Brooks, is feeling guilt. Again, feeling helpless of being able to protect his mother. And obviously, again, once you guys get more into the story, you'll understand more as for what made Michael Brooks become the Reaper of Souls, who is Night Reaper. Yeah, and that's his other nickname that everyone will eventually know him as. Is like Batman's considered the Dark Knight, Daredevil is considered the Devil of Hell's Kitchen. You got Night Reaper that is considered the Reaper of Souls. And yes, he is that badass. And I don't care what anybody say, because you'll definitely see exactly what I'm doing at that point. Okay, okay. I see you, Ant. Hey, man. Again, if you, I actually, you know what I'm saying, build your story, brother. Do what you got to do. Build your story and put it out there. That's all it comes down to it, man. You got to take the step. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Once completed, don't be afraid to put it out there. And once you do it, you'll feel better for doing it than not. Trust me. You know what I mean? So that's exactly where where Night Reaper comes into play. He's definitely one of those characters that has to feel he needs to redeem himself. Um and obviously the first book, is the first book of Night Reaper is definitely one of those books where he feel he's rageful right now. He's rageful, so he's going after the criminal underworld and those who support it and those who bring destruction and hell to everyone else. And just because of what happened to his mother as well as his wife, it's a lot that can mess with a man psychologically. And again, if you feel like you have the power, you have the skill set, you're tired, you have the willpower and things of that nature to you be like, you know what, I'm going to go out and do this myself. Then that's it. To yeah, PTSD. Because thank you for actually bringing that up, Ant Man. Because at the same time, because Night Reaper does, he also is a character that has PTSD that deals with that because he was a soldier. For those who've watched videos from before that I've made and everything, Michael Brooks was captain of the Black Flag Special Forces, where he did serve. And him and Maria have both served, and that's how they both met each other, and that's how they got into what you guys will understand in the story once the story is put out there for you guys to read for yourselves. That how that whole background that what made them who they are and why Michael Brooks is who he is. And again, if you're a man who can take matters into your own hands, you're telling me that you wouldn't. If you felt like that no one will protect or cherish your loved ones or the things you have, most, what I'm saying, for yourself, you think they'll do the same thing that you do? No, that wouldn't be the case at all. So yeah, again, if you're just now joining this live, I do appreciate you. For those who are watching, I do appreciate it. And again, also like, subscribe, and share if you can. Please like this live. It's for the algorithm. I would appreciate that greatly if you guys could. Uh, Also, again, I'm launching my Kickstarter at the end of the month. That will literally be the end of the month of April, where the Kickstarter will jump off. And I'm dedicating this Kickstarter once again, to my grandmother. Uh, so I feel secure, and and again, I want to make my grandmother proud. God rest her soul. So may she rest in peace. And again, we gonna get that. We gonna do this. I'm gonna make sure that you guys are taken care of as well, and just to be grateful, and I will greatly appreciate it for those who will support the movement, or support the campaign, and support Phenom going forward in the future for other characters to thrive in that way as well, to be able to help someone else get over the hump. I'm always I always loved helping people when I know you're really trying and you really want to get somewhere in life. Me being able to create a platform to be able to get other artists and writers and people who are inspiring to be what I'm trying to be. If I can help, why not? I feel like that's a good thing because everyone wants to try to live their dreams. Sometimes either you got it or you don't. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, love doing what you do. And if you feel like it's not getting anywhere, don't quit, don't give up, simply because the day you feel like you want to give up could be the same day where you finally succeed. You just have to hold on just one more minute. Just hold on. Just hold on. Take the step. And don't be afraid to let the world see your face. And that's the real. That's real. But before, like I said, I wasn't going to be on here too long. I wanted you guys to, know what was going on. Like I said, Kickstarter at the end of the month. I hope you guys are there to join and support the movement, support the campaign, so we can get Night Reaper Origins out there, so you guys can enjoy, learn these characters, know these characters, and once again, this will dictate and also show and help the company improve, where we can actually do more and putting out more characters, more great stories, you know, things of that nature, so you guys can love and know more about my company, more about me, more about these characters, man, and I'll be 100% grateful for that. But again, if anybody got any questions they like to ask about the campaign, about the characters in any way, feel free to comment so I can actually answer your questions in the best way possible. But again, don't hesitate to ask questions so you can let me know exactly what's up, and I'll let you know exactly what's up. Go ahead and do your thing and you ask away. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Um, I I plan on dropping the link for Kickstarter the sometime next sometime this honestly this week uh coming up. As for the pre-launch, I'll drop the link for the Kickstarter sometime this week coming up, for you guys to be able to back and subscribe to it before the actual launch takes place. So uh again, so in that way you guys will be ready, and you can anticipate, the campaign that's coming up. But yeah, I will drop the link for the Kickstarter as of next week coming up, this week coming up, so you guys can back and support. I would appreciate that very much. Thank you for asking that question. Uh, but yeah, I'll drop the link next week on my Instagram, on my YouTube, as well as my fan base if you don't got it, as well as my TikTok and my other socials that I do have, that you guys follow, so that way you can be aware and ready. And again, support the campaign for Night Reaper Origins. Uh, so yeah, there's that. And also again, the launch for the Kickstarter, the official launch, will be at the end of the month of April of this month. That answers your question. There you go. So we'll definitely get that to go, and we definitely get the link out there for you guys. Now, if there's okay, all right. So if there's any other questions you guys would like to ask, go ahead, ask away. Don't hesitate. Let me know if there's anything else you would like to know about the Kickstarter, as for what it pertains, as for like any rewards or any, you know, thing about the characters that will be in Night Reaper Origins, And also again, subscribe to my channel as well. I'll be dropping another video for you guys. Um, and before I go, I want to go ahead and let you guys know. I feel like I've been cheating you guys a little bit, you know. So I want to actually, obviously for those who heard my future videos. So other characters that I do have, um, I'm gonna get in. I'm actually about to answer your question in a minute. And so literally, I know I've been talking about the big boss, the guy behind the scenes in Night Reaper Origins that actually run everything, and I'm be posting an actual video of that of him very soon, so you guys know exactly who the big boss is, who's the guy behind the scenes that even Silverback, Akima Sandeep, and the HK have to answer to. Who's the guy who runs the city of Cleveland in which Night Reaper has to go after to stop everything? All right. So there's that. And going back to the question, as for any other characters that we have in the future, um, these are other like characters that I have that's coming out for Phenom. I have a group that's called Alpha. Another, I have another one's called the Amazing Three. Uh, I have another character that is more. It's almost like a Doctor Strange type, but her name is Amelia. She is Amelia the Red Witch. Um, I'm not gonna get into all of them, but the rest of them and everything. But the ones to definitely anticipate more that will be shown in the future. You know, sometime after Night Reaper will end up being characters like Amelia. I have another character. His name is Xander Stone, the bounty hunter. So characters like that to also look forward to, because they also got good stories with them as well that I'm pretty sure you guys will also enjoy if you like, like the detective type comics, or man hunting type comics, and obviously which is like Night Ripper. I'm like, just be straight up. Phenom is going to be is a comic book brand. Okay, then do that. Do that. Most definitely. I would like to see that. Truth be told, I would like to see that, Ant. So definitely do your thing, brother. So yeah, we're gonna keep building. We're gonna keep building. We're gonna keep on going forward when it come down to Phenom and then future and everything. And again, if there are, this would be a very great and appreciated opportunity. Um, for me, and as well as for me being able to grace others with the opportunity to be a part of something big as well for the future, that want to also showcase and put their characters out there to be a part of the universe and the world that is comics, superhero genre, and things of that nature. All right. But again, if there's no other comments that anything else you guys would like to ask me, I will be going ahead, and I'll see you guys in the next video, and I will holler at y'all very, very soon. But I'm going to give you guys a little bit more just in case you got anything else to ask. If not, I'll see you guys in the next one. All right. And don't forget also too, I'd appreciate it if you guys were to like this live for the algorithm for YouTube. So that way we can keep building, get some more people in here and everything, and be make them more aware of the channel, and going forward in the future. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Right. Well, all right. So you guys enjoy the rest of your day. And I'll be happy to see you guys in the next one. And again, I'll let y'all guys know when I have that pre-launch of, excuse me, not a pre-launch of Kickstarter, so you guys can subscribe to it. I appreciate it. I'll see y'all in the next one. Have yourselves a good one. Peace.